I'm going to be reading a section from this new book, second in a series. It's Johnny Alvarez is a teenage street kid in 1970s New York City. He and his gang have been running drugs for a mid-level dealer called the Brick. Through that association, Johnny has encountered a crazy coked-up drug supplier named Marco, who is intrigued by Johnny. In this scene, Marco has summoned Johnny to meet him, but has not said why. Johnny goes because he thinks Marco might offer more financially rewarding opportunities than the Brick, which Johnny needs because he's been living in a vacant apartment and crashing on the couches of his gang brothers.
How new is the book?
Pardon?
How new is the book?
Came out yesterday. For sale copy. So, all right. A black 1962 Lincoln Continental pulled up. It had tinted windows and New Jersey plates. Marco was behind the wheel, waving him in. "Come, lock the door." Johnny obeyed. The car's interior was plush with white leather seats, spotless maroon carpeting, and faux wood panels. "Wow, nice ride." He swiveled like he was admiring it instead of checking out the surroundings. The back was empty. Only a trench coat lay over the seat, but beneath it was the outline of a rifle. Johnny stiffened and faced forward. "Maroon and white, huh? Classy choice." Marco shrugged. His thin, twitchy frame looked uncomfortable driving, and he was overdressed for mid-October, wearing a gray sweater jacket and scarf. A thermal cap with ear flaps framed his pale, pockmarked face. "Show me," he wagged a finger at Johnny while merging into a lane of slow-moving traffic. "I know the drill." Johnny pulled up his pant leg. "I'm not packing." He unzipped his hoodie and lifted his shirt to reveal the empty waistband. Marco, however, had a .38 tucked into the front of his trousers. When Marco nodded, Johnny leaned back, stealing glances of the man as he navigated Midtown. He was leaning over the wheel, head toggling between rearview mirrors, hands locked at 10 and 2. This big drug kingpin, driving like a little old lady. "If you need directions, I can help. I know the city pretty good." "I've been thinking about you a lot." Marco's focus remained on the road. "Ever since we met last April." Johnny cocked a knee to face him. "If you missed me, you could have called sooner." Marco slammed on the brakes to avoid some jaywalkers. "Ay, cabron, fucking city." "The horn is more common here than the turn signal." "I hate this place. I should be home in Santa Marta." "You came from Colombia just to hang out with me?" The comment came out more flippant than Johnny had intended, but Marco didn't seem to be listening. "The pollution, all this noise and potholes," he cringed. "You should visit. I have a beautiful home. It's on the beach, secluded, peaceful." Johnny brushed the bench seat. "Let me guess, the interior is maroon and white." Marco zigzagged on side streets until the less congested 12th Avenue, then sat back. "You think you're a fucking smartass, don't you?" He pulled the .38 from his pants and pointed it at Johnny's head, eyes flitting between road and gun. "Maybe the Brick puts up with that shit, but I would advise you to stop mocking me." Johnny choked on a breath. Sorry, I get sarcastic when I'm nervous, and you haven't told me why I'm here." "I have a personal matter." He returned the gun to his lap. "I need your help." Johnny exhaled. "How?" "I need you to shoot a guy." "Me?" Johnny shrunk back. "Why don't you do it?" "I'm no good with distance. My hands shake." "Don't you have people for that?" "They aren't too sharp, and besides, I want to see what you're made of." Right now, Johnny thought the answer was Jell-O. Marco turned onto Riverside Drive at 116th Street. He pulled to the curb and idled. "Check out the gear and back. Make sure you're good with it." His edgy gaze left no room for debate. Johnny crawled over the backrest to examine the weapon. It was an M40 sniper rifle with a silencer. The Brick had taken Johnny to firing ranges a handful of times. He was a good coach, and Johnny's natural talent made him a quick study. The man had a collection of pistols and rifles, some similar to this one, so the feel of it was not completely alien. "You gonna be okay with that?" Marco pulled a vial of white powder from his pocket and took a snort. "I don't know, I guess, but..." Marco lowered the tiny spoon to glare at Johnny through the rearview mirror. "You bragged to me about your aim, said you killed a guy with one shot." "I shot a guy who was gonna shoot me, not some random stranger." Johnny laid the rifle on his lap. "And I only ever handled something like this at the range." Marco yanked the cap from his head. "Well, you better fucking figure it out." He loosened the scarf. "I didn't come this far to have you back out." "Who am I shooting?" "A guy who owes me money. The bigger kick in the balls is that he just bought a place in that building, and it's setting a bad precedent. Marco pointed to a brownstone down the block, then checked his watch. After work, he drinks at a bar on Broadway. He should be coming home soon. I thought it'd be fun to blow his head off right in front of his brand new apartment. Marco launched into a cackling fit, punctuated by snorts. Under other circumstances, Johnny would have found the laugh comical, infectious even. Marco hooked an arm over the backrest, grinning. What's the matter, smartass? You didn't think that was funny? Johnny's brain was spinning, his eyes fixated on the floor, searching for a way out of this. Marco's voice softened. Listen to me, muchacho. I like you. Too many people are phony, one-dimensional. Not you. You've been through some bad shit, but from those experiences you took away strength, not self-pity. I respect that. Marco lifted Johnny's forehead with the barrel of the .38, forcing their eyes to meet. But I will still take you the fuck out, understand?